morning, everybody. Happy November 1st. Today I am working on my full deck challenge, card number 43. My constant every week is labels, and I already have it ready to go here with my word circle because that's the prompt this week. And my carryover is going to be, I think I'm going to do the black splotching after I have everything on here. I've already done a little bit of aging and brown splotching, but I'm going to be doing some of the black splatter also. Trying to I don't want it to be pressed down too much because I have things that I'm going to be putting. So this is last week's card, 42, 43 is circle. So I have a lot of circles. I have these circles. I have these little circles. That looks almost like a zigzag instead of a circle. Maybe I'll do it around on the side here. I have a bigger piece for over here. And I have this circle label pulled out I wanted to put in here. Did I put that in crooked? Probably. I think these pull up. I guess what, they don't. Well, that's okay though, because I have stuff I'm putting on. I just had some little stickers that I wanted to use. And kind of, what? No, these things really stick. I wanted it to be a little bit under the circle there. I was hoping for just little peaks of items, because I have some stuff I'm going to be putting on top of the card. Some numbers, some stickers, some cutouts. And so I'm just trying to do a little bit there. I do wonder if I'm going to need to put a little bit of just make them stand out a little bit there. But I have a lot of things I'm going to put on here. I'm trying to make this one kind of a little bit fall themed. And so I have some cutouts that I'm adding on. See, like with that, you can't even... How was everybody's Friday? would ask how everybody's think Halloween went, but I know a lot of people don't celebrate Halloween. It's not that we, I don't know, we don't really celebrate Halloween. But I mean in this, I'm going to say the American sense of it. We don't dress up. We don't hand out candy only because our neighborhood just is not one of the neighborhoods that gets lots of kids. So it's not something that we do. Since my early 20s, I've only dressed up a few times. I was telling my daughter I didn't ever dress up. It wasn't my thing. But then I realized, no, that's not right. I dressed up a lot when I was, as a child when I went trick-or-treating. And then I was remembering all these other times I had sort of dressed up. Anyway, I'm just trying to make a little bit of a... I need to figure out where I'm putting my label. Gonna put it there. I have some tickets. I have a stamp. I had these all in different places earlier, and so I think it's throwing me off that I didn't put them where I had initially planned. So sorry about that. I also have a big butterfly. But I feel like if I do too much, then I'm covering up the circles. Maybe I put them there. Just thinking I shouldn't cover up every circle I put on here, right? But I'm also going to use my number is going to be a circle. So do I want to like... that. All of these digitals are from J. Lee Lu on Etsy. I don't think this greens are quite right. I still have to splatter it, but gotta grab something. Hang on, guys. Part of the circle theme. Gotta put some circles. These are not very... I feel like in some ways they're getting a little bit lost on the page. Maybe I need some green. Hold on. I have some printouts from the same artist. So maybe I need to make these circles. Green circles instead. I think that does show up a little bit better there. Some little, okay, what are we doing here? A little half circle. Yes, I just was. This is not quite coming together the way I had hoped. About there, put that one there. And then I want a little bit darker green. Hold on. Oh dear. Sorry guys, I've gone quiet because I am just trying to figure out where I'm putting some of these things. Oh, you guys, I am so sorry. I just misspoke. None of these things are from J. Lee Lou. They're actually from the Junk Journal Studio. Ugh. I have all of my... I have all my digitals separated into like artist. And for some reason, I was giving you the wrong information about this one. These are from, part of these are from the Botanical Collage and Clusters Mega Pack, the Junk Journal Studio. So the butterflies, the plants, the Reach for the Skies. The only thing that is not that artist is this exhibit. That is J. Lilu. I just spaced when I was thinking about who I was using. Plus, I use so much the J. Lilu studio that I just always assume that that's what I'm using from every time I do something. But it is not. I do use other artists sometimes. Anyway, we had a very quiet Halloween. My daughter, who is a Halloween fanatic, came by in her costume. And that was fun. She went as a fireman. But not really. If you know what I mean. I guess a firewoman would be more what she was going for. But I don't think what she wore would be approved by most fire departments. So how about that? But she looked fantastic, and she went out and met up with her friends, and it was all very fun for her. She has been she's always been about the dress up, even when she was a young kid, 4 or 5. I think when she was in preschool, she went as an M&M, a blue M&M, had to be blue. And when she went out that night, she went as a Spice Girl. Because she was, yes, even in preschool, she was totally in love with well, I think her name's Emma. Let's see, there was Scary, Spicy, or no, that was just the Spice Girls. Oh my gosh. There was Sporty, the woman with the blonde. Why am I blanking on which Spice Girl she is? She was obsessed with their songs when she was, that song when she was younger. Anyway, she went as, I think her name's Emma Bunton, her Spice Girl. So I'm trying to get in as many circles as I can. Okay, so here's my label. And I'm going to do the black splatters now. And I have circles, circle, circle, circles, little circle. And then I'm going to do the black splatters. And the number is going to be a circle. using, as usual, the Daler Rowney. This is FW pearlescent, so it has a little bit of pearlescence to it, rather than just being, like, it goes on black, but you can see that when you paint it out, it's actually grayish, even though it's listed as black. A little bit on this butterfly, I feel as though it's not. Yeah. Okay. And like I said, my crossover from last week's card is black splatter. And then let me get out my number. This is card 44. I'm gonna put this one here because I think there's too much white there. Maybe. It seems weird right here. But I feel like it was too white in there. And even when I was trying to splatter, it didn't seem to want to splatter there. All right, I'm going to put that there. And that's the card. It's funny how I figured with circles I would have no problem, but I was just not that inspired. And now I feel like you can't even see that these are circles. Windows of... Oh well, whatever. I mean, I think you can probably see them. And you can see them when I put them down, so... Circles. All right. Well, I'm going to call this one done this week. I feel like it's not too bad. So last week's number 42, this week's, I wanted to keep it in the fall sort of range. So I went with a little more of a vintage background and some greens and browns, just to keep it the same sort of. I didn't want to make it look too spring because it is fall. Is that everything? I know I just said I was done, but like, should I put... It's not the same green. Is that too much? I think it's too much. yeah, I'm gonna call it done. I guess I could always do. Maybe I just need a circle here. No, I just think there's too much. I don't know. I don't like this big white patch here, but also it's good to have some white space because I did cover a lot of the rest of it up with stuff. All right, I think that's it. This is for circle, the card 44. Next week's card is window, so that'll be, I think that's going to be fun. Yes, I'm still mucking about. Sorry, guys. I'm seeing a lot of maybe Tim Holtz windows, because didn't he have windows that he released? I do not have any of those. But I'm going to try and keep up with my fall themes, so maybe I'll have a fall window. Okay. Yeah, guys, thanks for joining me today. Sorry, I seem a little... I feel like I'm not as woo today. I am tired. I probably should have had another coffee. I mean, I drink decaf, but still, it gives me enough caffeine to kind of get going. Today, I feel tired. So, there we go. My fall themed November 1st card for the full deck challenge card number 40. Okay, this is card number 43. Were you guys screaming at me? Why did I think this was 44 when right there I'm seeing that it's 42? Oh my goodness. And yes. If anyone was now just... Yes, I am tired. Thank you for asking. I had it right there, right? Yeah. I mean, that is card 43. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Glad I caught that before too long. So I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to go... I haven't eaten anything. Maybe that's my problem. I'm going to go eat, and I hope you all have a wonderful first day of November, and hopefully you're crafting or hiking or doing something that you enjoy. And I will see you guys in a few days. Thanks.